At this point, everyone is aware of the recent incident with ICE and the tragic killing of Renee Nicole Good. I don't think that needs any reiteration. Um, it's garnered extreme reactions from both sides, it seems, although I tend to lean on one side specifically. Now, this video, the point of making this video is not to convince you to suddenly be anti-ICE or suddenly be anti-immigration. I certainly have my opinions on that, don't get me wrong, but the point is not to suddenly change you around. Honestly, I don't expect anyone who does have those beliefs to suddenly turn around. Like that doesn't seem possible to me. What I am trying to point out here is that even if you're not going to totally change your position, you can at least recognize what happened. You can at least recognize that something tragic, not even tragic, because some people can recognize it's tragic, but recognize that the ICE agent was in the complete wrong here. You can, again, you don't have to change whatever your beliefs are immediately. But you can do the bare minimum and recognize that what you saw in those videos was cold-blooded murder. We have at least 3 videos of this incident. That is ample amount of evidence. That is more evidence than we have for crimes all throughout history, let alone the past 10 years. It is so objectively clear what happened. And people keep trying to make excuses. People are flat out lying. People have been trying to deflect from the situation and use excuses like, oh, this wouldn't have happened if Biden didn't open the border. Biden did not make that man pull the trigger. Ross decided that all on his own. Look at the situation at hand. People are watching the video and making things up, and you know that's not true. You know that these things didn't happen. Even if you wanted to say that Good should not have been there, she should not have had her car positioned near ICE officers, that's certainly a debate to have. But she posed no threat. There is no reason anyone who is law enforcement or pretending to be law enforcement to draw a gun. Law enforcers, we're not used to this in America, but law enforcers are supposed to de-escalate situations. They should only draw a weapon when they have to. She was not causing any kind of harm or threat within that situation. Now, again, all I'm asking is that you recognize, like, this is not up for debate. This is not an opinion. There is no opinion to be had. You are either right or wrong. This is indefensible. This is injustifiable. This is infalsifiable. You saw what happened. You know what happened. And people don't want to admit it because they don't want to admit that an ICE agent was in the wrong. Because, you know, I guess to them, that means they think that they have to go back on their beliefs. And I mean, again, I have my opinions on that. I think that should be evidence of something. But again, I'm not expecting anyone to go that far immediately. But if you still have a heart, or even a mind, if you still have eyes and ears, you can do the bare minimum and recognize that it was heartless angry, vengeful murder. Someone living out a fantasy. There's that quote everyone's been sharing around from 1984 of where people believe they're leaders before their own eyes and ears. That is why people call the MAGA movement a cult. That is why people liken it to fascism. And I'm not here to say whether it's a cult or fascism or not. But when you believe all these leaders who are lying before even watching the video, before even analyzing what happened, then yeah, you're in a cult. And as I was saying, people people don't want to admit it because they think that it means that they have to go against they have to suddenly be anti-ICE now, which isn't necessarily the case. And if you think that, then I think you seriously need to sit with that for a while and reflect on it. I don't agree with America's intervention of Venezuela. That doesn't mean I suddenly support Maduro. I love movies. I love Hollywood. That doesn't mean I defend all the pedophiles that inhabit LA. There's people whose politics I align with, but do stuff that I don't agree with. I don't cope with it. I don't try to compartmentalize things in my brain to justify things that they do that I disagree with. No person, no incident is going to perfectly align with your values and your convictions. You can say, hey, I don't agree with that, or hey, that's horribly wrong. But you yourself don't have to do a complete 180. Again, it's a journey. Change is a process. But what a true human being, an intelligent and a sympathetic, empathetic human being can do is the bare minimum. And recognize, no matter what side you're on, no matter if you're red or blue or whatever, you can look at that and notice that one of those people committed a wrongful crime. The people who you claim are supposed to be protecting us shot someone point blank for no good reason whatsoever. No good reason. It's dangerous. It's dangerous just how many people are thinking this way. Deep down, I don't think people are this stupid. I don't think they're this stupid or this heartless. They just don't want to admit that they're wrong. And you don't have to do that yet. You don't have to do that yet. Again, this is inherently a political issue, but just for argument's sake, let's distill this a little bit. Let's distill this from politics for a second. You don't have to admit that all your beliefs are wrong or incorrect up front. All you have to do is the bare minimum. And call out murder when you see it. Call out lies. Call out the naked emperor when you see him. Don't get trapped. Do the bare minimum. It was murder.